Hello everybody, it's Nolan from Lightning Review. We're at 53 games through the season. We've gone well past the halfway mark, but I thought I would take a moment to take a deep breath and tell you what I think the top 10 stories are out of the Lightning season so far this year. Number 10, way back, is the early struggles. The team had a lot of new faces coming into this season, completely reconstructed bottom six, a lot of new defense and forwards, and new defensive structure as well. Led to a lot of growing pains through the early months, a lot of really high scoring games, a lot of bad defensive efforts, had people yelling for a certain assistant coach to be fired, a lot of worries about the goaltending situation as Andrei Vasilevsky was out for so long. Which brings us to our second big story, number 9, the two reclamation projects that we had in goal through the first part of the season. Jonas Johansson was not regarded as a potential number 1 goaltender, but he came in first 25 games, 30 games, he was the whole man on a mission there. First time, 29-year-old first-time NHLer Matt Tompkins is the backup. Gets his 3 NHL starts and his first NHL win. They provided stability when nobody knew what was going to happen with Vasilevsky being out for so long. Story number 8, Steven Stamkos opens training camp by dropping the bomb that he's disappointed they haven't negotiated a new contract for him. He's going into he's 34 now. He just turned 34. But there hasn't been a big drop-off in his production. There has been drop-off in how he drives play at 5-on-5, but he's still putting up massive power play numbers. That team would be in a real pickle if they didn't have him on the power play every night, as evidenced by the few games that he missed when their power play looked absolutely garbage. So we'll have to see how this continues to play out, how his production continues through the season to see where we're going to be for him going into next year. Number 7, following along with Stamkos' production and the production of a few of the other top-line guys, we'll get to that, is how there was absolutely no depth scoring, either from the bottom 6 forwards or from the D-core through most of this season. It was months before everybody hit the score sheet. It was months before someone not named Victor or Mikhail hit a goal from the blue line. It was really, really difficult for the Lightning to collect wins because it was such a rare group that was doing all of the scoring for them through the first few months. It's changed. It's picked up. They've got goals from a broader array of sources, but that was a really big issue through the first part of the year. As was number 6, the road. The road was awful for the Lightning through a big chunk of the year, especially the second period flop. Game after game after game, they would come out and put up a good first period, maybe outscoring the other team, and then just cave in the second period and have to try and make a mad scramble in the third to come back. That hasn't been such an issue recently, but it was ugly through the first part of the year. Story number 5, the return to prominence of a certain Victor Hedman. He had a down year last year, but he's scoring at a point-a-game pace again this year. He is not perfect defensively this year, but he's doing a lot better than he was last year. Story number 4, the support of the team members who have come up from the Syracuse Crunch. You could call it the Crunch Bump. These guys have come up replacing injuries, replacing injured guys, maybe filling in at the bottom end of the lineup as replacing healthy scratches. But they've done terrific. Guys like Lilleberg on the blue line, Crozier on the blue line, even fellas like Myers who have had to fill in for a game or two. All the guys, all the forwards that have come in. Mitchell Chaffee is sticking around right now. Walteri Morella has come up and done a good job. They've had a lot, I think 8 rookies this year, and there hasn't been any decline in performance from the team overall when these new guys have had to come in. If anything, they've given an energy boost. But why are they here? Well, that's because of number 3. The injuries on the blue line is a big part of that. Um, Devastating year for Mikhail Sergachev. Misses 17 games after blocking a shot with his foot. Comes back and breaks his leg on the first game back. Devastating year for him. Also, injury stretches from Hayden Fleury and Eric Chernak have brought in a lot of rookies from Syracuse to fill in that gap. Littleberg has been so good that he's forced them to keep him. His hitting every night is must see. But injuries are a big part of the game, and that leads us into number 2, Andrei Vasilevsky. Again, missed the first long stretch of the season, necessitating Johansson to be the starter for so long. And he wasn't great when he came back. It's taken him a good long time to round into form. He's looking pretty good now. There's a little bit of a chicken and an egg thing going on. Like, is he not doing so good, or is the team not so good defensively in front of him? Who's supposed to save who? But things are trending well. And speaking of trending well is our number 1 story of the year, Nikita Kucherov. He's trended very well for the year. He's been leading the league in scoring for most of the season. It could have been a coming out party for him at the All-Star game, but instead he kind of played the villain. While everybody in the league is talking about the guy who's number 2 in scoring, Nathan MacKinnon, Nikita's going to make it impossible for them to deny him if he keeps playing like this. Maybe not the All-Star game hero, but it's still very possible he's going to win the Hart Trophy. He has been head and shoulders carrying this team. Their offensive load, devastating on the power play, all-around leader, 200-foot game, coming back and making defensive plays. He is undeniable this year. So that's my top 10. I want to hear what you think. Tell me in your socials. Tell me in the comments what you think I missed or what you think I got wrong. I'd love to hear from you. Go Bolts.